Hi there, I'm Sylvia DiPietro, and welcome to this episode of Live Your Life by the Numbers, where this episode is going to deal with the 33 life path number. And we're going to go back to Britney Spears' number, which carries a 6 life path number and a 33 life path number, to discuss how the 33 life path number affected her. So let's begin right now let me share my screen with you here, and let's get right into the 33. As I've mentioned, the 33 as a life path number serves mankind on a very, very broad scale, a grand scale. On a spiritual basis, I would think that when you think of the 33 life path number, think of a Mother Teresa who had absolutely no thought about herself. She was completely selfless and thought of everyone else. In one of the other life path numbers, I believe it might have been Richard Gere, we saw that his consonants vibrated to the number 33. In any case, if I'm wrong on the life path number, Richard Gere's consonants vibrate to the number 33 when we add in his middle name of Tiffany. And when you look at Richard Gere's number, he is very, very sensitive to the spirituality and the dictates of Tibet and the Dalai Lama and the suffering that the people of Tibet have gone through without their spiritual leader there. So again, the 33 life path number serves humanity on a very high level. It's an even number because it computes to the number 6. Which, like the 2 and the 4 and the 8, are even numbers. It's extroverted. And the 6 is the number of Venus. The 6 loves beauty. And on another level, when we talk about the 33, I would probably substitute the word for harmony for beauty. Yes, it does appreciate beauty, but it appreciates beauty when it sees global harmony. That's how the beauty comes in. It very often has Cancer or Pisces prominently placed somewhere in its natal chart. Like the 11 and the 22, two other master numbers, the 33, again, is the higher vibration of the 6, with less of an emphasis on its own personal family and more of an emphasis on the suffering of the global family, the family of humanity. So it possesses all of the positive aspects of the 6 and has a wealth of gifts to give on the global level of the 33. Because it serves mankind on a very large scale. It is not into the self, it is altruistic. It believes in relieving the suffering of mankind. It believes in clarity and in charity, in giving to others, and establishing a higher order of justice among the world, the countries of the world. One of its beautiful qualities is giving without expecting back. And we all know that expectation often does lead to pain, because you're expecting, you're not giving to give, you're giving to get back. So the 33-6 is never giving of itself to get, it's giving to give back. It's willing to sacrifice for the sake of others. On a negative level, it can cause pain to others. It's got a natural vulnerability that the 33 that has to be careful that it saves itself from being the cosmic doormat. It can be self-righteous at times on the negative level, prideful, indulgent, obnoxious on a grading level. But often, if you find the 33 life path anywhere you're going to look within major organizations and institutions of science and the healing arts. A lot of our Doctors Without Borders. When I think of the 33 life path, I think of Doctors Without Borders, instantly hopping on airplanes and flying out to emergency sites that need their help. Artistic pursuits that highlight the plight of others. Sometimes I think that these artists that are able to paint and draw globally on the sides of buildings, specific scenes about the culture or maybe the plight of the people there, exhibits somewhat of a 33 number. Legal institutions that help others might vibrate to a 33. On a negative level, the 33 can confuse people, cause pain and frustration in the lives of others, and can possess deeply rooted emotional conflicts that need to be resolved before they can be served. They can serve others. Because what you see in life, basically frequently, we see ourselves coming and going. So sometimes when we see someone we really can't stand, we have to say to ourselves, what is it about that person that I may possess? What aspects in that person may I possess within myself? You must be careful as a 33 that you're not overly self-righteous. But many of the 33s become outstanding healers and counselors and instructors. So let's go back again to the life path of Britney Spears, who is a Sag. She's born December 2nd, 1981. And I showed you that if we add those numbers together, 12, 2, and 1981, we come to 1995. And if we add those numbers across, we come to 1994. Now, I'm going to emphasize this double-digit number 24 here. The 24s in life often like to be mated. They like to have a partner. They really don't like to do things alone. And that's emphasized by that number 2 in her life path, double-digit number 24. And you'll note also that her birthday is a 2, and the 2s like to follow through. They don't like to be alone. It's also the number of children. I think I mentioned to you in Britney Spears' number or one of the other life path numbers that we expanded upon, that my mother was a 2 and she was born under the 8. So as an August 2nd birthday, 8 plus 2 equals 1, her achievement number was to stand alone. You could never convince my mother that she was actually leading everywhere she went. She did not want to be known as number 1. So she excelled at everything she did by people telling her she was number 2. And then she would go out and she would do whatever she had to do. A little slight idiosyncrasy that my mom had when she was alive. However, she was very, very solidly attached to the fact that her daughters would be leaders, that her daughters should never be afraid to do anything. And we grew under this powerhouse that we always saw as a leader, even though she didn't want to be one. And it was very easy for us to grow up as leaders because we were pushed out of the cradle at a young age to go and do and create and make our own money and, to excel, to help others, to be kind, which is part of the number 2. They're very kind. Kindness was emphasized. So when we look at Britney Spears' birthday number of a 2, and then we look at her life path number, which is a 24, 2 plus 4 equals 6. So like the number 6s, she has a very high pull financially. Like the 24, she does not often like to do anything alone. And during that period of time where she lost at one time, a lot of her personal power having to do with her kids, that was a very painful episode in her life, especially when it came to handling the finances that she may want to spend on her kids. Now that's all taken care of. But as I mentioned, she was a pop star. She's made millions. She's led a very controversial life, which would be the opposite, the idiosyncrasy, the negative aspect of the 33 life path until she obtained her freedom back and her personal freedom. In New York, we call the legal problem that she had an Article 81 guardianship. I think in California, a similar proceeding goes by the name of a conservatorship. So when we look at Britney Spears, she's creative. She's a lover of music. As I mentioned to you, voice vibrates to the number 6. She likes the finer things in life. She accomplishes vocally on a very broad scale, and she does love luxury. Now, the 33 is into human suffrage. We see that she lost her right to control her own life. So that would be a part similar to the human suffrage movement that the women's movement, the number 2 in her birthday, the human suffrage movement as it was represented in the first human suffrage movement, where women did not have the right to vote. Here, Britney Spears did not have control over her own life. She lost control over her money due to arguments with her parents, which basically her father, which led to a loss also of her parental rights, where she experienced a lot of sorrow until she was able to show that she had matured or attained a level of control and competence over her own life. However, I do believe that we are going to see that as Britney continues to evolve forward, she will probably discuss on many levels what she felt and what she experienced, besides what was written in the newspapers and how hard she fought to get her personal power back, what it was like to suffer, and that she might compare herself, I don't know, compare herself to many people that lose their personal freedoms all around the world. Needless to say, she is a phenomenal artist that has the rhythm of the 2. The 2 has rhythm, remember. It's dexterous. It has the beat. They often are great dancers. I would expect that Britney Spears becomes involved in the women's movement with that number 2 birthday, and that she continues on an upward path of mobility now that she has all of this power back, her own personal power back. So that's it with the number 33-6 master number. Again, when you think of the 33 master number, think of elements of humanity that have suffered, and think of the people that have moved to overcome the pain of people that have suffered because their rights or their liberties have been taken away from them. So that's a short, fast summation again of the 33 life path. I know I tapped into that with Britney Spears with her 6 life path number, but I wanted to go over that again on another level because it's very hard to find the 33s. I had a dentist that was born November 22nd. And when we add the 11 and the 33 together, his achievement number, that which he had to achieve in this life path, was human suffrage. And I remember that his early dental practice began in a teaching institution where he taught other people. And I think they had the dental program was free. So that's it basically on the 33 life path number. If you find a 33 life path number and you would like me, because you have added their month, day, and year of birth, and you want me to go further with somebody's name, please feel free to like and subscribe and send me their name. I'm here to illuminate whatever I can on the 33 life path number. I always think of the 33 life path number of Mother Teresa because she was so selfless in giving to other people. Again, I want to say that I'm not doing readings. I'm a trust and estate litigator, an elder law litigator, and a mental hygiene and a mental health litigator. So I am not giving personal readings. But if someone tells you they've gotten a personal reading or obtained one from me, you know that that is not true. I do have 4 books out there, though. You can tap into Amazon, use my name there, Live Your Life by the Numbers, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Raise Your Kids by the Numbers, Your Child's Guide to Numerology, and Double Digits, Your Guide to Numerology and the power behind the double-digit numbers. So thanks a lot for coming. Remember that today is more precious than you think, and live your life by the numbers. Bye for now, and I'll see you soon.